Hello and welcome to the second of our virtual cardandacuppas for February 2025. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Fiona Whitten and I'm based in the UK, although at the moment I'm coming to you from sunny California. And I normally hold with some friends a Card and a Cuppa event twice a month on the first and the third Wednesdays of the month over at Home Grange in the Grange Chocolate Cafe. So Tricia very kindly held today's in-person event this morning, whereas I'm actually this morning now as well because I'm 8 hours behind the UK. Please bear with me for 2 seconds whilst I just double check that this is going out live, and I think it is. So the card I have to share today was actually designed by Tricia. She very kindly sent me the kits for both events for this month, and sadly it didn't arrive in time for the first one, but I do have received the kits now, and I made them up. So this was the card that they made this morning, and it's a Z-fold card with a slight difference in that the cardstock's been cut on a diagonal, so you end up with 3 sections that zigzag up as well as the Z-fold itself. So it's really sweet. This was made out of half a sheet of A4, which means you can get 2 out of the sheet. And I will show you how this Z-fold is created. It's quite simple. I don't have the dies and the paper that Tricia put in the kit, nor do I have the very sweet butterflies. I do have some butterflies who are equally as sweet, but they were from Pink Fresh, from an event I did at the weekend. I did a mammoth class at the weekend. I didn't personally hold it, I was actually attending it, so which makes a change for me. Anyway, I digress. So this is the card that I'm going to show you how to make. And I'm going to start off, I've already pre-cut some of it and a fussy cut as well, because there's nothing worse than having to sit there, watch someone fussy cut. So I'm starting off with my half a sheet of A4. The other half, well, if I tell you that way, it would have been there. So it's 21 centimetres by 14.9, and the other half would have been down there. So I'm going to take my trimmer, which has both a cutting and scoring blade, and on the long side, because I want 3 sections, simply dividing 21 centimetres by 3, which gives me 7 centimetres. So I'm going to score at 7 centimetres. Let me move that out the way. So 7 centimetres and 14 centimetres. So that will give me 3 equal panels. So each panel will measure 7 centimetres. So that bit is fairly straightforward. If you want to make a full size one, then you will only get one card out per sheet. So this will give you 2. And then you want to take your ruler and measure up from that bottom. I'm trying to make sure that this is all in view. You want to measure up from the bottom left corner by, and I've written this down, what did I write down? 7 centimetres. So I'm going to mark up at 7 centimetres here using a pencil. So that's my 7 centimetres. So I have marked it here, so that's 7 centimetres from the bottom to where the mark is, and then I'm going to cut from that mark up to the second score line, so second away from it, and that's what's going to give us those nice angles. So I'm going to line up, so there's my score line. I want to line that up with the middle of the groove, because I've got one that cuts rather than, it's not a guillotine. Obviously, if you have a guillotine, then you would want to line it up with the edge. So, and then I'm just going to cut straight up. So there we have it. So that's what it'll look like. I need to remember to erase the pencil mark. I should just use my pencil. The eraser on the bottom of my pencil. So there we go. So that's out of the way. So that's what it looks like before we start folding and decorating. Okay, so this is going to create the inside back. So we want to fold the first score line in a valley fold, so that the cardstock folds over itself. Give that a really good burnish with a bone folder, and then fold back that other piece on itself. So we now have a Z fold. I've just realised I have put my phone in upside down, so my camera is actually at the other end. So hopefully you can see. So there's my Z fold with my, oh, she wasn't so bad there. So like that, it'll stand up quite nicely, and then you have your 3 layers that you can easily see. So all 3 panels, as I said, are the same width. So they're 7 centimetres, and the back panel will be the 14.9. And obviously we've cut pieces out. So first of all, we're going to want a piece of white to go on the inside of the card. So I've already pre-cut mine, so it's 6.5 centimetres wide by 14.4 centimetres tall. And Tricia, so she used a die to cut out some of the white so that you could see the yellow, the Daffodil Delight through. I don't have that die, but I do have a different one. She says, I know, because I had it in my hand a second ago. Here we go. So before I stopped being a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I did actually treat myself to a couple of things, one of which was a bundle from the current mini catalogue. It's called Spring Corners. So I'm going to use this. It's got little flowers on, so I'm going to use that, and I'm going to die cut that corner. You don't have to use a corner die. You could use it like a flower. You could stamp there. You could do whatever you want to do. I've got my mini machine, because this will fit through quite nicely. Remember to make my sandwich, so I've got base plate, cutting plate, that. Actually, I'm going to have to be careful with this, because let's see if that one's flatter. I don't have any washi tape. I've been so busy using it for my craft and chats. We've been doing lots of masking and things that I actually used a whole roll up. So I'm just going to make my sandwich. I hope it doesn't move, because this is not a magnetic plate. I might put that through. There we go. Oh. There's no creaking either. Okay, that's that. Put that out of the way, because I don't need it anymore. So it was just that bit that I wanted to do. Pop. Ah, okay. So it didn't do what I thought it was going to do. But you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these out. It doesn't matter. She'll pop these bits out and then I'll put them all back in again. That's going to be the easiest way to do it. There's all sorts of ways to fix this. So let's pop those bits out. Because I do want to show the daffodil delight through. It just means that I will need to glue this bit back in. Try and get all these bits out. Why is it always works in practice, and then when you actually come to do it live, things never quite go. I should have thought that one through. I didn't twig that it was just going to cut that big aperture. But hey, as I said, there's ways and means to fix it. Right, okay. I don't need those little bits because they're going to get everywhere anyway. So I'm going to glue this inside here. So it doesn't look much like that. In fact, it looks a bit of a, to be honest, it looks a bit of a mess. But hey, use some glue. Make sure that bit gets stuck down as well. We don't need that pinging up. Like so. Let's see if I can get it. I haven't put lots of glue on it because I didn't really want it to come out through the aperture and everything. So hopefully I can still get it to move around a bit. So you will see part of it. Now I need to stick this bit back in. I'm not very good when it comes to gluing little things like this, but I have found a trick. Saw it on the internet. So if you have a bit of a rubber, actually that's not the rubber mat that I want. In fact, I don't have a rubber mat, I don't know where it's gone. It's around somewhere else. I'm just going to use a post-it note. So I put some glue on here. Like that, and I have one of these sort of this was originally one of those silicone pastry brushes, which I've chopped vast majority of the end of, and if you use this, it will put little dots of glue on this. I mean, these are cheap. I think I got a packet of for a couple of pounds. So from that well-known online store, but I'm sure that there are other little pound shops and things around that you can get them from. So I'm just going to pop this back in very carefully. Hopefully line it all up. There we go. And I may even, just to decorate it, I've got a marker. What was this one? Oh, it is Daffodil Delight. So I think I'm just going to, oops, I don't want the brush tip, I want the thin end. I'm just going to do little dots in the middle. I don't want to put anything sparkly in there because it will end up digging into the back of the card. So that's my inside done. So that was sort of fairly straightforward once I'd fixed my boo-boo, but hey. Okay, so that's that. Then I have 2 strips of paper, both 6.5 centimetres wide. So I'm going to put the Fussy one on the inside here, like that, but I want to cut the diagonal, and I've found that there's quite a simple trick to this, rather than trying to measure it and cut it and then finding it's not quite how you want it. So the width is perfect, And if I move the bottom up so that it's twice the width that I want, so about there, mark where the edges are on here using a pencil, like so. And we're going to do exactly the same for the front. So again, I've got exactly the right width. And I want to move it up from the bottom twice the width I would want it. And then mark with a pencil where the edge is. Let's see, which is that one. There. And then you can take your trimmer and cut between those two lines, and then you should, in theory, have two pieces that will fit perfectly in those spaces. I have over time tried different methods to get this the right way, but you know what, this has worked out to be pretty much spot on. So I just need to line up those pencil marks in the centre of my groove where the blade will go. Cut it. So that's the first one. And then did I do the second one? Again, I want to line up my pencil marks. It's just when I now can't see them. There we go, we've got one here and one there. So you'll notice that this diagonal is the complete opposite way to the other one. So I've got one going that way and one going that way. Don't need the trimmer. So this should now fit with a diagonal that gives you a really nice line and border all the way around for all of those, like so. You just need to remember to remove the pencil marks before you glue it on. Well, you can remove it afterwards, but it's better to remove it now, because I know what will happen. I'll just carry on making it and then forget to go and remove that, and then not realise it for ages. So if you do it straight away, then that's less of a problem. So that's going to go there, and that piece, and they're simply glued on. Nice and simple. And yes, it's not double-sided paper. I bought this massive pack of paper from a craft store. Has the same name as my son. And it was half price, so I couldn't resist. And it has foiled pages, so I couldn't resist it even less. So that was a definite must. So that's that. And then this piece needs to get glued on, like so. So that will go on the front. And again, just line it up so that you've got a nice border, and you'll find that that will follow nicely the actual lines of that. I don't know, what would you call it? Slope? Zigzag slope. Anyway, so that goes nicely. I did actually fussy cut flower, which is one of the flowers from here. I'm not sure that I want all those leaves and things. I was trying to figure it out, but actually it is quite nice like that. Although I just noticed that there was a bit there that I didn't finish off. So let's just finish that off. And because this is just a straightforward paper pack from a store, there's no dies for cutting things out, so you have to sort of fussy cut it. But hey, I like fussy cutting, so it doesn't really bother me. And let's see, now I want some foam pads. There's quite a few frilly bits on this that was going to need some support. Let's see how I can get away with putting these larger ones on first. Let's put one there and get some of the smaller ones. Just to go inside some of these leaves. One can have one. I'm not sure that I'll get anything in there. I'll have to cut it so fine it will just end up sticking to everything. But I think that probably would be enough anyway. And you don't have to use foam pads on this. You could just glue it directly on, especially if you're posting it. So this will fit into a C6 envelope, no problem. It's that it's not too tall, and the width obviously is quite narrow compared to the envelope, so it wouldn't be an issue. So that's going to go on here like that. I need to put some bling on there, I think. I did grab some of the silver butterflies, but I think they will get completely lost on there. So I think I might just use some normal rhinestones. Maybe, or something that I can put in the centre of the flower. Although I don't really want to add too much colour. I quite like it. I like the grey on that. Oops. Got a real mixture of things here. You know what? I might just use those. Because I don't think that, because the yellow's not like a shiny yellow, I think I would get away with that in there. Try not to stab myself. Let's see. I'll put that in the centre of that there. I might put a couple of little ones on. There we go. Just stick to 3. Prefer to have odd numbers. So that what is my card. Oh, I've got other bits. So I've got a little flower I could put up here. I think I cut that out just in case I wanted it for something. I don't know that I would want to put it there. I don't know if I'd even want to put it there. I quite like just having those showing, but I do have some paper for my envelope, so I am going to quickly glue that onto the envelope. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, it does look quite sweet having that flower there, but I think it will detract from the white, and I quite like having that white with the little die cut flowers. I might go back and do the centres a bit darker or a bit bolder. That's that. Paper snips. So when I put this up on YouTube and I'll do a tutorial, I'll actually put in the sizes for this mini card. So as you can see, it fits quite nicely lengthwise, but it's quite narrow. But I think that's really quite sweet. I like this, but I'll also put the cutting instructions for a larger one, which will say will involve virtually a whole sheet of cardstock. So it depends on how many you want to get out of your sheet of cardstock. If you're quite happy just getting one, then obviously go for the large card. If you prefer to be able to get 2 out, then the smaller size. I think it's very sweet. So there we go. So that is our second of our cardandacuppas for February. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Let's see. We've got Craft and Chat next Monday. The next cardandacuppa won't be until March now. I think it's the 5th. And Carol will be hosting it, I believe, at Home Grange. I'll be on a flight home back to the UK. And so I won't actually be doing the live until probably Thursday or Friday. I'll know more beginning of that week and I'll post the details then. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you again soon. So take care. Bye.